Okay. Hi there. I'm back. Uh, Welcome back to my channel. This is part two of my cinnamon roll. And there's my cat. Izzy, you must get that. I have the board. Sorry, I'm making a video. Okay. I didn't see that coming. Sorry, folks. I don't like that when I'm ready to go. Lucky for me, I don't have the dough up here rolling, right? Or lucky for the person seeing it. So yes, I'm glad I caught that in time. And where was I now? Oh, I was welcoming, well, welcoming you back to my channel. And this is part two of my cinnamon roll. Actually, sticky cinnamon roll. Some call it sticky buns. But in part one, that's the phone. In part one, I made a soft, sweet dough. We just had to let that go. Sorry about that. My Sarge has a business, so the phone's constantly ringing. So it is a distraction. I apologize for that. But I forget where I was. Oh, I was saying this is part two. In part one, I made a sweet, soft dough, and that was my go-to dough for almost a lot of my recipes that requires sweet dough. And I had made it and put it in a bread maker, as you see in the back here. I think I had a little too long. So this is what it looks like when it rises. This is actually more than double, but that's okay. Because we're going to roll it down to about 9 by 13. See how nice and fluffy it is? It's a little bit on the soft side, a little sticky, maybe not too much, but it's very workable. So I think it's getting full. Okay, you might want to. I floured the surface of the board so it doesn't stick. And you want to roll this to about 9 by 13. About the size of this cutting board. I'd say about 9 by 13. The size of those rectangle pans, that works just fine. Okay. Ooh, I love the feel for this dough. It's like soft and pillowy. I guess that's how you describe it. You want to, with a gentle touch, you want to roll it. I'm rolling this on a glass sheet so it's slipping and sliding. What I should do, if any of your cutting board or anything slides, just get a slightly wet rag and put it under. Yeah, that should, see, it doesn't slide as much. There we go. That's another tip for you. I told you, when you get to be my age, you're full of tips. Only because you've lived long. and you made so many mistakes, and you make a lot of friends that give you hints. They get passed on from generation to generation. Or the newcomers sometimes come up with a new tips. So yeah, so that's what you'll see. I have a lot of useful hints and tips for you, just like your grandma or your aunt would have for you. So it really pays to go visit your grandma or your aunt or your mom and spend some time with them. Why not bake some cinnamon rolls or something like that? You know, they can teach you a lot of stuff. In fact, my first husband's grandmother, and on the other side they called her nanny. So both of them were pretty good cook, and they taught me a lot. When I first got married, I didn't know how to cook at all. Seriously, I only had maybe like 5 dishes that I could cook, and those were easy ones, and that was it. So I learned, and don't ignore your grandmas. They're really great for teaching you all kinds of stuff. And if she doesn't cook, maybe she sews. I know one grandmother sewed, and she taught me how to, you know, do the basics, give me some idea terms and stuff for quilting. Although I never quilted. I mean, I've made block quilts, but that was my limit. Patchwork quilts. My neighbor now, she's a great quilter. She makes beautiful things. And one day we'll have to get into that. I may even start interviewing people. Okay. Now, I'm getting off track again, which is easy for me to do. So this is pretty good. I'd say it's about 9 by 13. See? About the size. Then what you want to do is spread it with the melted butter. I melted about 3 tablespoons. The reason for brushing it with melted butter is so the cinnamon sugar, the filling, sticks to the dough. Otherwise, when you're rolling it, it'll just all fall apart. And I believe I gave you the recipe for this in my first video, part 1. But here it is again. It's 1 tablespoon cinnamon mixed with 1 cup of brown sugar. I better show it to you. 1 tablespoon cinnamon mixed with one cup. Can you see this? 1 cup brown sugar. And that's all. And like I said in the other video, you can buy those cinnamon sugar. Can you see this? I've got flowers all over my dark top. I should wear white when I do something like this. Or apron. I normally do wear apron. I don't know why I don't. Try to be fancy, I guess. That's not being true to myself, is it? But then when company come, that was my kitty cat trying to jump up here. And I use this. It's only water, so it doesn't hurt them. But yeah, if company comes, I do take my apron off. So I'm still being me. And this is definitely being me. I am a sloppy person. I told you so. Now, like I said, Dan, I mean, this he's something. He cooks actually very well. But when he cooks, he doesn't get dirty. I mean, and he works just so fast. You think when a person works fast, you would get dirty. I know I would, but not him. He can wear black shirt and roll flowers and stuff, and still end up with a black shirt. Unlike myself, end up with flour all over me. But yes, he's actually a good cook. He doesn't cook anymore, but he really is a good cook. He doesn't really have time. His excuse for not cooking too is he claims I chased him out of the kitchen. I probably did. Probably because he was being annoying or something. Anyhow, that is his excuse for not cooking anymore. Okay, well, if you get off the counter, that was Bogey there. People might be wondering why I let my cats roam around in the kitchen and why am I not locking them, which I used to do that. I used to lock my kitchen up, the cats away when I'm cooking for church instead, for church or when I have company over. But I don't cook for the church anymore, and I rarely entertain like I used to. So I thought, why not? And this video really is about me living with the cats. And they're one of the reasons why I'm making videos now. I want to make sure everybody knows I have cats. Many, many reasons. I'll get into all those reasons later. But one of them is, if something should happen, people should know I'm living with a lot of cats and they can rescue the cats if something should happen to us. So they should really behave. I shouldn't talk like that. Nothing's going to happen to us. But like most mothers do, they worry about the babies. And even though they're all rescued cats, they still are babies. They're not like shelter cats, where they're locked up in a cage and can't move around. No, these are actually pets. Well, we do have a couple of them that still acting like feral cats. They don't want to engage too much, but they're coming around little by little. So, and because I'm talking, my butters started to get hard again. But that's not a problem. Remember the caramel glaze I was making? It came out fine. And now it's probably hard again on the pan, but that's okay. It's all ready to go. Even if it gets hard, that's just fine because it'll melt when it's baking. Trust me on this. Okay. Now we have the cinnamon sugar. Oh, I can smell that cinnamon. Well, I give you actually you can put as much as you want or as little as you want. Some people don't favor the cinnamon. They think it's too strong. Then just make a little bit. I always make a big batch because I use them for cinnamon toast. I love toast in the morning when I don't have sweet rolls, of course. If I have this, I'd rather have this. This is where I make a big mess. I must learn how to talk slower or how to pronounce better. I don't know why I have such a terrible accent because I was brought up in an English speaking school. So there's really no excuse, but I do. Anyhow, I hope you can all understand what I'm saying because it's no fun watching that video if you cannot understand a word she's saying. So that's why I talk slow too because I don't, I think I mumble. Besides my accent, I also mumble. I don't talk, I should talk, I should probably talk with my mouth wide open, maybe. That would help. Yeah. Speech lesson might be a good thing for me. Maybe one day. Then I was, oh, you talk fine, you talk fine. Well, that's because he lives with me. He's used to the way I talk. And you know what? You might just get used of the way I talk too, provided you keep coming back to my channel, which I hope you will. But I don't know. I think this is enough, but let me put a little bit more. What the heck? Never enough sweet, right? Like I said, you can put as much as you want. It does look pretty when the swirls are, more pronounced. It looks like a cinnamon roll rather than a skimpy cinnamon. And some people perhaps like less cinnamon, but as far as looks go, it looks better with lots, I think. My opinion. Actually, when you want to pat it dry a little bit, pat it down. I use my hand. You can use your own too, If you want to get fancy with it. But like I said before, your hand is the best tool. Just make sure you wash them. As long as they're washed, your hand is the best tool, I find. Okay. Then you want to roll lengthwise. Not from the short side, but from the long side. Sort of like raise it up and then bring it down and pinch. Raise it up, bring it down and pinch. Raise it up, bring it down and pinch. That way it stays put. Otherwise it's just going to unroll. And the first roll is always the hardest. Good. You'll see, it will look like a roll. I like to roll mine a little tight, not loose. Because we're going to raise it, let this rise again till it doubles. I know I stopped talking. I have a hard time doing two things at one time. So it's getting there. What I do is just sort of like push this in a little bit so it doesn't stretch longer than what it is. And I try to keep it as uniform as possible so all the slices come out even. And if you find one side is skinnier than the other, you just push it in a little bit and just work. You stretch the fat part towards the skinny part, so the rolls are even. And at the end, you can just flip it up. Can you see what I'm doing? When you get to the end, you just flip the flat side up and you pinch. And you keep doing that. Then what I like to do is make sure the seam side is down. So if you want to roll it gently, you can. So the seam side is down. That way the weight of the dough will push it in a little bit. See what I mean by stretching? And that's fine. Let it stretch. All you do is just push it back. This is skinny, so just when it stretches, just push it, squeeze it a little bit, and push it towards this side, towards the skinny side, and then you push the skinny, pull it back this way. You know, like this, and then there you go. See, that wasn't so hard. It looks pretty even, I think. Yep, it's even. And then you want to cut this into 8 pieces. Now, some people use strings. They use string and just tie it like that. You know, the tie motion, but you're not tying it, you're cutting it. But I was just using this. Now, where did I put it? I don't know what I did with it. I have a pastry lifter cutter, but I don't seem to have that on hand. So just use a knife. What's the difference? Don't sweat the small stuff. It's supposed to be fun baking, right? And not stressing. Because if you stress too much over little things, then it no longer becomes fun. And if it's not fun, you might not make it again, right? So do yourself a favor and try to relax and not stretch. And you know, it's funny because I'm the one that's always so nervous. Oh my God, you know, this and that. The world is falling apart. But I'm learning. I'm learning how to stay calm, relaxed, and not worry about the small stuff. As my Sarge always tells me. Okay, now let's. This is one of my kitchen gadgets. Okay, I like to sort of eyeball it like that. I won't measure it. I cut it in half and then cut each piece in 4 pieces. That makes 8. You can measure it if you want, but just eyeball it. If you want to be perfectionist, then of course you would measure it. And I have done that too, if it's very important. But this is just for me and my son. So it doesn't matter if one is uneven, if one gets a little bit bigger than the others. We'll just fight over the bigger piece. I think that whoever makes it should get the biggest piece, right? I think if you use a string, you don't have this. You don't get this. See it? This the middle popping out. But that's really not a problem. I don't think it is. You do get a cleaner cut with the string. I'm just lazy. I should call myself the Lazy Housewife channel. Actually, my Sarge has a video. He does things, sometimes he does it hard way, and then sometimes he does things easy way, and he calls it the lazy man's way. So I figured I'll steal that line. Okay, now hold on. I want to get that the pan that was prepared in my first video. Remember, I made the goo. So hold on. I told you it would get hard again because my kitchen is on the cool side. See, it got a little hard, but still sticky. And when this is baking, that will all melt, so it's just fine. So we wanna. I don't remember what they said to put the cut side down or what, but each end is cut, so I don't know. Just put the pretty side down because it's going to get flipped over. I'll put that side down. Just work with it with your finger. Maybe I did spread enough butter. The sugar's falling a little bit. That's why I like to put extra, because you will have that spillage. Go on each side. One, two, three, four. Okay. And once they rise, they'll probably end up touching each other, and that's fine. That's what you want in the one piece. So when you flip it, they'll come out easier. As you should. See the roll? Look, I told you it would have a nice swirl. See, I don't lie to you. I tell you the truth. Trust me. I think I've earned your trust, right? By now. I see. I act a little ditzy, but I know what I'm doing. I just don't sound like I know what I'm doing or look like I know what I'm doing. And I think sometimes I even fool Mr. My Sarge. The reason the reason why I put this side up instead of the pretty side with this that looks like this is because this is the end piece. That's why it doesn't look as nice. But when you flip it, this is going to be on the bottom side. The pretty side will be on the bottom. Did I say that right? You get. I know you know what I'm talking about. It really doesn't take a genius to figure that out. So let's push it down a little bit. And I gotta wipe my hands a little bit with a wet sponge here. Like I said, my sprayer is not working right now, my faucet. I do have water, it's just a sprayer. So it makes it a little difficult. But we work with it, right? That's what this is all about. This channel is all about going with the flow, making life easier without stressing. Okay, now saran wrap. We want to wrap this so it doesn't dry out. And if you have a warm place, you can put it there. You see, people get so paranoid about having cats. You know, oh, we can't have cats because they're messy, or we don't want to adopt any cats because it's too much work, too much cleanup. Well, you see my cats running around here and there. Do you see any hair on my food? No. And my kitchen is pretty clean. I'm not saying, it's the cleanest ever, but it is pretty clean. It is, I think it's better than average at times. But this is a working kitchen, as you know. So a working kitchen always has a little bit of dishes in the sink, has, it has a little clutter to my taste. But that's okay. I learned how to live with it. And that's how life should be. It shouldn't be so stressful. You shouldn't allow, you know, those kind of things to stop you from adopting a cat or dog for that matter. We just don't have a dog because we ended up with so much cats. And at this stage, I don't want to have any conflicts or have to supervise too much. We'll just keep it with all cats. And now, like I said before, I am saturated. I'm not taking any other pets in. We do have a rabbit and a turtle. Okay, now let's put this away. Take a look at it. Look how yummy it looks already. Wait till this is baked. Oh, and flipped with the gooey side up. I'm going to put this away so the cats don't mess with it. I'm back here. I hope my cat was behaving. once I put this away, I want to see if Bogey wants to say hi to you guys. Just doing a quick cleanup. And I would do this when I have people over in my kitchen. That's perfectly fine as long as you're engaging with your company, with your friends. I think it's okay to clean up. Especially in a casual scenery. I will wash this later. But I wanted to introduce you to Bogey. Bogey, let me take this away. Ah, hey, Bogey. You want to say hi to the camera? Baby. Oh, baby. This is Bogey. Hey, Bogey. Look at look at the. We're done here, so he may sit here. Isn't he cute? Oh, I guess I think he's cute because I'm his mommy. But yes, this is actually Dan's cat that he had before he met me. He loves animals. He does have a kind heart. I only had one cat, Gracie, who was with me for a long time, but she passed away this year. Actually, we had two cats that passed away, mine and his. And so it was a rough year because my mom had passed away this year too. But, as they say, life goes on. You make the best of whatever you have to deal with. And I'm sure my mom would want me to get depressed and, because she's your mom. For those who have lost their parents, please don't spend your life just mourning constantly. Because yes, you mourn. Yes, you feel sorry for your loss, but you move on. That's what they want you to do is move on. They want you to be happy. So, yeah, my hair. And I know you miss DK too. Uh, so I'll take the scratch. I don't know what you're jibber jabbing about, but as long as you keep scratching me, then you're fine. Some other cats playing, and this is what I deal with on a daily basis. Cats running around here and there, playing, sometimes getting in trouble, and sometimes they do try to fight. Now they have not had a serious fight. This one and the cat that passed away used to really get into it. But now he's mellowed. He's getting old too. He's being a little mellow. Yeah, aren't you? This is Bogey. I think he named it after uh, Bogart. Oh, Blue Eye, he calls him. Because he has nice blue eyes. You're not showing your eye. You're squinting. Show your eye? No? You want to go back to there? Yeah, yeah, baby. There you go. Go back to your spot. Go lay down now. So that was Bogey. every now and then I plan on introducing you to various cats because it's a channel about me, my lifestyle with the cats. They're part of our lives, and my Sarge. You'll probably be seeing more and more of him in my video because it's his house too. He just roams around. He does what he wants, and he's entertaining, isn't he? Yeah, he makes me laugh, and I think he makes you guys laugh too. Now, when you saw him in my the part one video, he was actually at his best behavior. He can get funnier, but yeah, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna cut this and then make another video, part three, just to show you the finished product. Because I don't think anyone should have a cooking video and not show the finished product. I think it's, I don't know, just so unfinished. So I'm gonna cut this and show you my finished product. And of course, me making a pig out of myself. So until then, well, that won't be too much of a wait. In a couple minutes, I would say. So until then, again, peace to the world. I really do pray peace to the world. And you have a good night. It is night here. Time flies fast. I started this early. But of course, I had to stop, and then I was busy making Sergeant's dinner and fed the cats. I made their dinner. I cooked dinner for the cats today, so they got a treat. So, yeah. So you all have a good night. Until then, until my part three video on cinnamon roll, I'll see you later. Bye bye.